Good morning, students. Once again, I am here to teach you history civics. And yesterday, I started the new topic from your history syllabus, the Vedic age. So, continuing that topic, today I am going to tell you some more details about the early Vedic period. So, now let us start. So, listen carefully. I am going to tell you about the food habits of the early Aryans. So children, the early Aryans, they used to eat simple food, but the food used to be quite nutritious food. Okay, wheat, maize, barley were there, just a part of the diet, and they also used to drink milk, and they consume the milk products like butter, ghee, curd and cheese. Then they used to consume honey, fruits, vegetables and meat also, and they used to serve special food to their guests on some special occasions. And as far as the drinks are concerned, these early Aryans, they used to consume sura and so, intoxicating strong drinks. They were also consumed by the early Aryans. Now, let us just know about the games and amusement of the early Aryans. So, Aryans also had sufficient time for games and amusement, means for entertainment. So, they used to go for hunting. They just used to go for horse racing, chariot racing, wrestling, dancing, music and dice gambling were their favorite recreations, were their favorite means of entertainment. Now children, let us know about the economic life of the early Aryans. So here I would like to tell you that Aryans, they were originally they were farmers. Their main occupation was farming, and for irrigation purpose they got water from wells, canals and lakes. But mostly these early Aryans, they depended upon rains. Okay, and just they used to grow wheat, barley, rice, cotton and oil seeds. They were the main agricultural products. And apart from being the cultivators, the farmers, these Aryans were shepherds by occupation. Cattle rearing was also the common economic activity of these early Aryans, means they used to rear cattle, and cattle was the measure of their wealth, property and status. So cow was the main and highly valued cattle. The status means the prosperity of a family was judged from the number of cows it had, means the person who had maximum number of cows, he was considered as the richest person. Okay, and cow just was used even as a medium of exchange of goods. Okay, and the killing or injuring of cow was totally prohibited. Cow was also called aghanya, and besides cow, early Aryans used to rear bulls, oxen, horses, asses, sheep, goats and dogs also. These animals were also domesticated by early Aryans. Now children, I am going to tell you about the trade and commerce of early Aryans. So some Aryans, they involved in trade and commerce also, and this trade was done mainly through barter system, means till now money was not used. Okay, goods were exchanged. Barter system means goods were exchanged. Okay, and somewhere it is also mentioned that a sort of coin niska was also in use during those days, but it was not that much in use. So mainly trade was done through barter system, and trade was done mainly through land routes. Sea trade was also in practice. Okay, now apart from these farming, cattle rearing, trade and commerce, these Aryas, they were quite skilled in different arts and crafts. Okay, according to Rig Veda, in Rig Veda, it is mentioned clearly that there were potters, weavers, carpenters, jewelers, iron and goldsmiths, leather workers, metal crafts, chariot makers, etc. And so these were also the occupations of early Aryans. But one of the striking point was that no profession was regarded below dignity. Means people were free to choose the occupation of their own according to their own will. And there are some references of physicians also. Okay, so this was all about the economic activity of the early Aryans. Now I am going to tell you about the religious beliefs and practices of these early Aryans. So children, these Aryans, they were religious people and they used to worship many gods but believed in one God. Actually, they saw many in one and one in many. And these Aryans, they used to worship in open because there is nowhere mentioned that there were temples, shrines or idols for the purpose. Means Aryans had not built any temples, any idols, any shrines for the worshipping purpose. They used to do prayer in open, okay, and prayers were offered in the form of yajna, okay, both individually and collectively also. Often the priest, means the Brahmin, helped the pupil in performing yajna, and for this the Brahmins were given dakshina also. And the Aryans were the great worshipper of nature. They used to worship sun, Varun and Indra. These were the popular gods worshipped by the early Aryans. Now children, today's last topic I am going to discuss with you, and that is the political life of these early Aryans. So in the Rig Vedic civilization, means during the early Vedic period, a number of joint families made a village, and group of villages formed a Vish. I have already told you in the beginning, I told you, and several clans, several Vish formed the tribe means Jana. So each tribe, each Jana was governed by a king. Okay, and Kuru, Panchal, Videha were some of the major kingdoms of UP, Bihar and West Bengal region. And the king, actually, he was not the supreme one. He was not having all the powers in his hand. He had to rule according to the wishes of his people, of the tribe, and it was his duty to protect the land and the people. Okay, he was responsible for maintaining internal peace during the war. Okay, and at the same time he was responsible for settling disputes among the people, and the king used to treat his people in a kind and affectionate manner. Okay, now there were some ministers, advisors and officials to assist the king, and among them the chief were Purohit. Purohit used to advise king in religious matters, and next to him was Senani, who was the head of the army. So there was the he used to just lead the forces in time of war. Then apart from Purohit and Senani, there was Gramini, the village headman. So this Gramini helped king in looking after the matters of the village. Okay, so this way there was the decentralization of powers, and the king interfered very little in the village administration. Okay, now let us go about Sabha and Samiti. These were two assemblies, and Sabha was a small selected group of elders of the families. Okay, while Samiti consisted of all the people of the tribe, where anybody could go and put forward his opinion to resolve some the matter. Okay, so Samiti was a general assembly. Okay, so both Sabha and Samiti, the king used to take their advice just in order to solve the important matters. Okay, so this is all for today, and tomorrow I will discuss you some more important topic from this chapter. Till then, have a good day.